Kissed by the flames of hell, the sons and daughters known as the Tieflings are a fierce and mysterious people of Faerun. Welcome back, friends. I'm Rogue, and today we are going to be discussing the Tieflings of Baldur's Gate 3. The Foulbloods, Devilkin, and the children of Baldur can be slandered in the face of the Tieflings. The plain-touch children of the Hells play a delicate dance of acceptance and authority upon the Forgotten Realms. Although there are 3 subraces of Tiefling within Baldur's Gate 3, let us begin with the common traits that all Tieflings share. The Tieflings are both of the material plane and yet kissed by the fires of hell, making them of 2 worlds. Their fierce appearance and sinister reputation as liars and villains does have a grain of truth within the telling. Forced to live in a world that doesn't wholly accept them, the Tieflings have adapted the guile and wit of their devilish nature. This comes in the form of a +2 bonus to charisma, allowing them to sway those around them, to stay the blade of a nervous guard, or convince another to do their dirty work. This increased charm plays a major role when dealing with others and sits at the forefront of all social skills. All Tieflings share a resistance to fire. Their sinister nature protects them from the flames of any who would do them harm. This resistance affords them the ability to shrug off half of any fire damage dealt to them. The Tiefling people are no stranger to the darker places of the world, and can see in total darkness up to 12 meters within the game. This makes them excellent scouts and offers an advantage when fighting in the lightless places of Toril. Now let's discuss what makes each subrace different, starting with the Asmodeus Tiefling. The Asmodean Tieflings are gifted with greater intelligence. Their namesake, as Asmodeus born, links their ancestry to the Lord of Baldur and ruler of the Nine. As the Archfiend of the Hells, the Prince of Evil's underlings are expected to bear a degree of insight and forethought. This trait has trickled down the bloodline of the children of Baldur, affording them a +1 bonus to their intelligence, and with increased knowledge comes power, and a greater chance at all intelligence-based skills. Asmodeus Tieflings have a well of infernal magic at their command. Upon character creation, they begin with the Thaumaturgy spell, a manifestation of power that grants its caster advantage on both performance and intimidation checks, adding insult to injury to their already high charisma. Upon gaining 3rd level, they gain access to the Hellish Rebuke spell, which can be cast upon taking damage as a reaction, dealing fire damage to their would-be attacker. And finally, at 5th level, they can cast the Darkness spell, to either shroud themselves and their allies, or blind their foes. The Mephistopheles Tiefling, a cold and calculating spawn from their progenitor. The Mephisto Tiefling's ancestry stems from the Lord of Cania, 8th plane of Hell, sometimes referred to as Hell's greatest wizard. Similar to the Asmodean Tiefling, the spawn of Cania are sly and crafty, bearing a cold and calculating intelligence. This grants them a +1 bonus to their intelligence score, and much like their brethren, can use this hellish knowledge for either good or ill. The children of Mephisto share the traits of the Wizard of Hell, able to cast the cantrip Mage Hand upon character creation. This arcane hand is useful for getting their devilish claws on things that are just out of reach. At 3rd level, their devilish blood allows them to manifest the Burning Hand spell, which creates a frontal arc of blazing fire to burn their foes. And at 5th level, they are able to summon a flaming blade to their hand, to sear their foes and shed some light in the darker places of the world. Zariel, a once angelic solar, took it upon herself to end the eternal conflict of Avernus, until falling from grace to become the Duchess of the First and the Lady of the Blood War. Her ilk are the Zariel Tieflings, some trapped in servitude during the fall of Elturel, forced into battle alongside the creatures of hell in the never-ending conflict of Avernus. The Tieflings of Zariel are possessed of increased physical strength to bear the burden of their hellish trials. This has granted them a +1 bonus to their strength, and with it, their deceptively slender frames house a once angelic and now infernal might. This makes them suitable swordsmen and natural athletes, and a terrible foe for those who do not succumb to their charms. Similar to the Asmodean Tiefling, the spawn of Zariel begin play with access to the Thaumaturgy spell, and in the same fashion is used to increase a charming performance or demonstrate their cruelty and intimidation. Upon reaching 3rd level, the children of Avernus receive the Searing Smite spell, a hellish flame that engulfs their weapon to deal additional fire damage to their foe. And finally, upon reaching 5th level, the sons and daughters of Zariel unlock the Branding Smite spell, allowing them to tap into the once angelic radiance of their progenitor and deal radiant damage in a single strike of their weapon. The Tieflings of Faerun are truly an amazing race, and can fill the void of any role within a party, although they tend to shine in roles that rely on charisma, and can easily use their devilish guile to become the face of any adventuring group. If you enjoy charismatic heroes of both intelligence and strength, the Tiefling is a fine choice for any protagonist. Well, my friends, if you have made it this far, you are a hero in my book. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.